crave comfort food, and we're going to make shrimp and grits. Sounds like the ultimate comfort food, that's for sure. Please welcome Chef Matt Basile.
Hello.
It's been too long.
It has been far too long. Shrimp and grits, two words you never knew had to, come together at some point.
Yeah. So I think of a recipe like this, and I think this is going to stick to the ribs. This is the sort of thing you want to have on a cold day. I like the way you do the grits because they're not, as we mentioned, pulverized.
For sure.
Like
These are white hominy
chunky
grits. Exactly. So there's a couple ways of doing grits.
Yeah.
The white hominy grits still stay as their full kernel form, which is exactly what this is. And what's great about them is they're a sponge for all the things flavorful. So like every comfort dish, start with butter.
And cheese.
Butter and cheese. You can't have, someone's like, is that enough butter? No. If you have to ask, the answer is no.
Never is.
So then you put a little cheese in there, and what's great about the grits is they just start to absorb all that cheese. And we were talking about milk earlier. Oh. It's cool. I mean,
Matt and I will never just go for a glass of milk. Some people are milk people. Other people just add milk to recipes.
Right.
We're the second kind.
I prefer tequila, I'm just saying.
I would prefer tequila, too.
If I had a choice between the two.
My kids love milk, though. But anyways, this recipe, you need the milk.
Exactly. So now you've added fats to your grits, right? So the grits need all of that to start to absorb it. So while that is kind of absorbing, let's focus on the more important part of this dish,
the shrimp.
Which is actually not the shrimp.
Okay.
It's Trinity sauce. So Trinity sauce is from New Orleans.
Okay.
And this is like basically ketchup for them. It goes on all their dishes. So it's onions, celery, and bell peppers, hence the Trinity.
All right.
You cook it in some brown butter, which is nice and caramelized. And you let that kind of all get absorbed really, really well.
Look at the color there. That looks amazing.
Nice, yeah. So what's great about this is there's a couple things you need. You need your vegetables diced very finely, which I've done right now, because it's not meant to be like a stew or a vegetable kind of like a shakshuka, or something where you would have big, hearty vegetables. You want these to cook into that butter and really, again, absorb that flavor.
Okay.
And now the spice component is a little bit of smoked paprika.
Nice. So that doesn't add a lot of heat to it, but it does give it flavor.
Gives it some smokiness, some richness there. Some chili flakes.
Okay, that'll be some heat.
That'll be the heat. Just a little. Not a lot. Not a lot.
Okay.
And then a little salt. And something to always remember, salt your grits, salt your sauce, salt your shrimp. But now you've salted 3 things on the dish, so just be mindful of that, right? You don't want to over salt all 3 elements, bring it together, and then your dish is too salty.
Right.
So now, one thing you definitely need, though, when you're making this dish, is you need some tomato sauce that's kind of already cooked.
Okay.
So you can't just open up a can and add the can of tomato sauce to this. You need something that's already been kind of cooked down for a few hours. I don't know about you, it's an Italian thing. Maybe I always have tomato sauce like around the house. It's just a thing.
Right, and it's cooked and it's ready to go.
It's cooked, ready to go. It's just, you never know. You never know
when you're going to need it.
You never know when you need some sauce, right? Like, it's just a thing. So you got a little bit of the peppers there, and then what we're going to do is you're going to add the tomato sauce to the vegetables. Now, what's important about this is it's not a tomato sauce.
It's not?
In the sense that what you want is that tomato that we're adding is just helping bring all those vegetables and flavors together. It's not in the sense where you would have a big pot of tomato sauce and you're adding vegetables to it and you're being like, oh, this is going to like stew in this for a while.
Yeah.
Not at all. All that tomato sauce does is bring everything together.
So it's not the main event. The tomato's not the main event.
Exactly.
The main event is the trilogy.
Trinity.
Trinity.
The whole, I mean, it can be like the Force Awakens or whatever, It's the new Star Wars. Hail the Trinity.
Things.
All right, so now we're gonna add just a little bit more cheese here to just
why not?
Absorb that milk, which is exactly what we're looking for. And then we're gonna bring it all together in a great little dish here.
And we haven't even done the shrimp yet, because the shrimp is actually, in any recipe, probably the last thing you do.
Takes no time.
It cooks like so quickly.
So I grilled mine off before I got here, but what we're gonna do is we can just add it to the pan.
Nice.
Just to pick up some of that Trinity sauce flavor.
Trinity flavor.
And then this is great with a little bit of like grilled lemon on the side as well. There really are hearty flavors here, so you don't need to go too intense with some of the other seasoning.
Beautiful. I like that you've sort of stepped up the comfort food game, because, a lot of us would just make mac and cheese. But no. You had to bring the shrimp in.
The grits.
And the grits.
I mean, grits are really a glorified mac and cheese at this point.
They kind of are,
They really are. It's got all the things you want, But like I said, the most important thing, other than mac and cheese, the longer you cook it, like the softer it gets. And it's like, that's no good. But with the
So
grits,
you don't want it too soft.
Exactly.
For me, personally, I don't want it too soft.
the longer you cook your grits, the more flavor they absorb, which is exactly what we're looking for. So these are super cheesy now.
How long would this usually take, like if we weren't cooking on TV right now?
This is it.
Or that's it?
You saw it.
So that's in real time?
It's only because I bought my grits pre-blanched, which you can do. If you're getting dry grits, you have to soak them for a couple hours, braise them for about another hour.
Okay.
So that would take about 3 or 4 hours. But you can get perfectly canned, ready to go, blanched hominy grits.
Hominy grits.
All right.
Okay, so let's plate this.
So now what we're going to do is get these cheesy grits down.
Oh, yes. It's the beginning of something good, people. You don't need to leave your home during the warm,
We said
cold
comfort
months.
food, right?
That's
Isn't that what we said?
Just stay inside and eat this plate.
Comfort food's supposed to be like an edible blanket. Like, that's the idea. So
You want to plate up the
now,
rest?
we're going to take the Trinity sauce and just kind of go down the center with it.
Nice. Oh, it's all about the presentation too, huh?
Oh, thank you.
So now, this is my serving. What will you be eating?
Well, I think there's some celery kicking around of that. I brought my own
Snack on some of
sauce, so
that.
yeah.
You can have a nice glass of milk.
Exactly, right? I mean, one great thing about all comfort food dishes, for the most part, is they can be and should be served family style, right? Which is exactly what we're doing.
Oh, I agree all the time. Family style makes me very happy. Cityline.tv for this recipe, and while you continue to plate that up, I want to talk a little bit about brunch life. So this recipe is actually from Matt's book, Brunch Life. You can find the recipe on our website, cityline.tv, as I mentioned.